Princess, and good morning from beautiful Cocoa Beach, Florida. It is not the last anything, it is the morning, and it is time to leave the ship. Well, not for me right now, I'm waiting to be called, and yeah, that's all I have to do. And, oh, see, there's the funnel. Heading into the buffet, just a nip of coffee, and a little snack, and then I just wait, and back to celebration. So, I don't know if there's going to be anything super fun going on in the next hour or so. There isn't. But, I don't know. We'll see what we can make happen. What? No beer? It's almost looking normal here at Port Canaveral. So right there we have Allure of the Seas, and then the Disney Fantasy in the center. And back there behind the crane, you can make her out just a little bit, is Carnival Magic. So it's good to have them all home. And we've been called. It is time to leave. I miscalculated a little bit. I should have gotten an earlier luggage tag because I could have gone sooner, but it's fine. Alright, now we just need to, well, get back in the country and head back and take a nap. Fortunately, I do not need the magical jetway because we are already arriving in Florida. So, it makes it so much easier. I suppose this is the right time to take, not one last look at the Next Generation Mardi Gras. Perhaps we'll just say, oh wow. That was a painless but slightly scary procedure. So the entry process is, it is totally automated now. So when you embark, they associate your picture with your passport. So when you return, all they do is scan your face, and they can match it up with your passport, and that's it. That's your re-entry experience. It's not totally new, but I've never experienced it before, so you don't really have to talk to an officer or anything like that unless you have a specific reason to. I mean, they're all there, but yeah, it was basically a non-stop flow. Kind of how embarkation should be, but at least the debarkation process was, well, it was easy, and it's great. So, the scary part, I went to Section 31 to retrieve my luggage, and I only found one bag. So I did not panic. Things happened. So, well, I thought, where could it be? And it was in the most likely mistake, Section 30. So, unfortunately, it was literally on the other side of the hall. But no worries, I found it there, and I just realized the little trolley handle is broken. I don't know when that happened, but it means I get to get a new one, I guess. A larger one, because I really need a larger one. Okay, well, time to go and head up one level in the parking garage, hop in Miss Liberty 2, and back to celebration. It's a week later, and I am at the butcher market, the local butcher market to go to Swine Sons because it is Burger Week here in Orlando. And, well, since this started with a burger, I figured we should end it with a burger. I have, taken a break for a few days because I have had a lot of work to catch up on. Yes, I do have a day job, believe it or not, and that required some attention, a lot of attention, most of my attention this week, but it is all good, so it is now time to get back out there and have some fun. This will be going on for a couple more weeks. There are a few more that I do want to try, so definitely will get out there. I already was inside, and there's a lot of music playing, and it's unusually quiet, so I think I'm going to just tell you about everything about the cruise, Mardi Gras, in a, let's just say, a time-hopping way. So let's go and order and get the yumminess and the burger rolling. Heading out of Winter Park, an area of town which I don't think I've ever been to before. I might have driven here once a long time ago. Like, I'm talking like back in college when I was in Orlando for some stupid student government thing. Anyway, okay, well, let's just, I'll tell you about the burger in a little bit. So, first, about the cruise, it was totally awesome. The ship was 100% ready. There was nothing that was closed off. There was nothing that was still under construction. There was nothing that, was coming soon. They had plenty of time to get ready. So I didn't really expect anything to be offline, but they were absolutely 100% ready for guests. presumably they did pick an experienced crew, so everything really for the cruise went spectacularly. I had a blast, and again, I think I've said this about 30 times. I am so glad that I got on that sailing and not any subsequent sailing, because for me, it would have been absolutely horrific dealing with any extra nonsense. So yeah, that was great. It was a great cruise, a great time, and I do look forward to sailing on Mardi Gras and her sister ship's celebration, maybe even some of the other brands like Costa Smeralda or whatever. Okay, so let's switch gears a little bit real quick and talk about the app, which is called Carnival Hub, and it's pretty good, actually. You know, nothing really wrong with it. It worked very well. Had no problems connecting, and it was a pretty great experience. One thing that, well, let me just say, one huge plus about it is you can buy Cheers and you can buy the internet package straight from the app. You don't have to go and visit anyone. I did not ever see this in Royal's app, and I'm pretty sure you can't do it in Norwegian's app. But as soon as I boarded the ship, of course, it popped up, you know, ooh, buy Cheers now. I'm like, yes, thank you very much. So that worked out brilliantly, and yeah, +1 to Carnival for that. But one thing I think would be awesome in the app would be a game that is a scavenger hunt on the ship. And this is something that, yeah, they would really have to do in the app. You know, come up with some kooky prize, like something even less expensive than the little trivia prizes. But, you know, something, you know, that's kind of worthwhile, because it was days before I actually found everything on the ship. It was, what, day 5 or 6 before I basically stumbled across Serenity. You know, I had intended to go and see it because I kind of knew it was there, but, you know, I got so excited on day 1 and day 2 that I basically just forgot about it. And it wasn't until, you know, late in the cruise where I thought, you know, maybe let's try and find Serenity. So I just kind of kept walking forward until I found it, and I finally got my nap. So it would have been great to have been taken there beforehand. And there were other places on the ship where it's like, oh, really? I didn't know this was here. So I don't know, make a game of it. You know, you finish on the first day, you get this prize. You finish on the second day, you get this prize. And after that, well, I guess you're just a loser, you know? So, I don't know, a fun little thing to get people circulating around the ship and learn all the venues. I mean, there was that salad place up in Serenity, which I had no idea even existed. Never saw it on any of the lists. So, and, yeah. Oh, here's the one thing that annoyed me about the app was, and this is common to all the big three, you cannot add, like, non-scheduled activities to the calendar, like things that are open all the time. You know, there's all the events going on, all the shows, the trivias. You can add those to your personal calendar, but you can't add your own thing to play mini golf or, you know, go on. Well, I think bolt, yeah, because it has to be reserved, but or go to the water park, or, you know, take a nap in Serenity, something like that. Even though they show up on the opening times list, you can't, like, add it to your calendar. I think that would be something that's really great, because otherwise I'll intend to do something and then I'll forget. But you know, that would be nice. The dining check-in worked really well. I had done this on Carnival Magic, so I just did it a few times, went to the dining room. My only problem, I guess, was that even though I went to the dining room only a handful of times, by like the second or third time, the hostess recognized me. So as soon as I would walk up, she would just like wave me over and have someone take me to my seat before the notification came up or anything like that. So I guess it worked. You're right. You know, oh well, whatever. And well, that's it. You know, I don't really have any problems with the app, just a few suggestions to make it even better. So definitely download it before you go, and more importantly, download it again, or update it. Make sure it's updated before you lose contact with the real world, unless you're going to buy, you know, internet service, because it was literally updated the day before sailing, or maybe even that morning, because I could not buy Bolt in the app, and I updated, and well, there it was. And I did update like the night before, or at least the day before, so just be warned, the day before you cruise, make sure your app is updated. So okay, I guess I'm leaving Winter Park
heading to I-4? I'm not really sure. I just know this is the way to go. So, yeah. Starting off the culinary adventure with some unsweet tea, then the pimento fries, and the main event, the Burger Al Smash Tour, which is single Providence Cattle Company grass-fed smash patty, smoked pork carnitas, queso blanco, ancho chili sauce, caramelized pineapple onion jam, salted lime chicharrones, and cilantro. And at the end, I will eventually have a chocolate chip cookie. Now let's talk about the ship herself. Okay, goes without saying, you saw the pictures, she is absolutely gorgeous, you know, brand new and everything, so still had that new, well, you know what, it faded a little bit, but I still could detect that new cruise ship smell. And completely different aesthetic for Carnival. I don't know, maybe call it contemporary American. Reminded me a lot of Norwegian, but, you know, that's fine. And I think it's a really great direction. I am, well, Carnival's always been a little delightfully tacky, shall we say. But, you know what? I guess it promotes fun. Anyway, she is Carnival's largest vessel, with a higher passenger capacity even than the Oasis class. But I don't think that's going to be a problem. Now, on this sailing, word going around was she was booked for 70, or booked at 70%. Don't know whether they put a limit or that's all they sold. Doesn't matter. I felt not crowded at all. And even if she was booked at 100%, I don't really think it would have been a problem, because what they did with this ship was spread everything out. You have to like walk all sorts of different places to get someplace. So there's really no one place where everybody is going to crowd together, and that's how they're going to manage like the large number of people on the ship. And I think they did it really, really well. So even if she's sailing at 100, 105% capacity, I don't think it's going to be a problem. I know people were talking about this when she was announced just because of the high capacity, but you know what? It's not going to be a problem. Now, in some places, she does feel a little bit like a maze, but once you kind of like learn where you are and learn where you're going, it's not so bad. In fact, it's not a thing at all, I would say. So, just, you know, she doesn't have all of the grand spaces of the Oasis class, or, you know, even the Freedom class, really. But you know what? Once you kind of learn the ship, it's not really a thing. However, the one thing I did notice is the elevators are really, really small, and I think I know what they were going for. They wanted to have more elevators, so I think they made them smaller and just added an extra pair in each bank. And there's 3, by the way, so at least they did that. The problem is, when you push the button, only one dispatches still. So if there's the same number of guests waiting, the elevator gets full real fast. So they could solve that problem by dispatching 2 elevators for one call, and then hopefully split the guests, and then they will get what I think is the intended outcome of not having crowded elevators. So, whatever. But that is sort of canceled out by the fact that the hallways are of a nice width. They're a nice, comfortable width. You're not, like, dodging people or dodging, you know, service carts or anything like that. There's enough room to just sort of walk by casually or anything like that. Much, much better than Norwegian hallways, which are about 2 feet wide. So I did notice that. And even though the pathway layout, the maze-like layout, I had no trouble avoiding the casino. I remember this was a huge problem on Carnival Magic. If you wanted to get from, you know, bow to stern, the only practical way a lot of time was through the casino or the small, dark and scary hallway. No, it's not dark and scary, but on the deck below. And it just felt like this is like the really, really alternate way. We want you to go through the casino. Not so much on Mardi Gras. There's stuff above and stuff below. So unless you were going to the casino, you didn't really ever end up there. So that was much, much appreciated. And I like this. I thought it was great. The hand washing stations in the Lido Marketplace were just really nice. They were open. They weren't crowded. They were both touchless, the soap and the water. And the best part about it was the faucet was large. It came up. There was a wide open space for you to, like, all wash your hands and get in there and everything. You didn't have to, like, you know, navigate like this to not touch the bowl like you have to do in some places. No problem. You know, I enjoyed using them, and I'm really glad they were there. So definitely check out the hand wash stations in the Lido Marketplace. I think you will be very, very impressed. And oh boy, was that good. The Burger Week burger from Swine Sons, which is apparently part of, what is this called? The local butcher market. They do have a lot of other delectable treats in there, which perhaps I will stop and get next time, but not today because I'm absolutely stuffed. And yeah. All right. I don't know exactly what I'm going to do now, but I kind of do. I think the plan is to head over to Universal and walk, because fortunately, still unwelcome at Disney. And I think tomorrow, definitely want to make it to SeaWorld. Haven't been there in a while, so got to send them some love. All right, I'm out of here. And we're on good old I-4 heading out of downtown Orlando. So just a couple of random things to note. The doors, the automatic doors, I think somebody needs to go and make sure they're all programmed correctly, consistently, whatever you want to call it, because while they're all auto capable, they all have the sensors, they did not all work the same, and I don't think it had anything to do with the location of the door or the wind or anything like that, because there were a couple of cases where the doors on one side of a venue did open automatically and the ones on the other side of a venue did not open automatically. So they were just programmed inconsistently, and this was the same throughout, regardless of what direction the ship was heading, regardless of whether we're in port or the wind or anything. So that was, I don't know, I wasn't really frustrating. It was just kind of amusing, you know, to walk up to the door and not know whether it's going to open. Anyway, there are plenty of USB ports in the cabins, thank heavens. There's one in each light above the bed, so easy to charge the phone. There's 4 by the desk, so charge all the devices. I'm pretty sure I mentioned they're not super high powered, but there were plenty for me, you know, charging the phone and the battery pack whenever I just happened to be in there. So, you know, I mean, if you need your super high charger, yeah, take it with you. Otherwise, honestly, I was perfectly fine, you know, using the ones, you know, that are built in. So anyway, oh, by the way, no, I don't know if there's a plug by the bed. I didn't look, so I don't really know. Now, last, don't really need to talk too much about the food because that's pretty much all I talked about this whole trip. So I'll just summarize. It was great with exceptions, and the notable exception being Jabang, which I'm sure they will, you know, work the kinks out, and I definitely look forward to trying it again in the future. But as I expected, Carnival did not disappoint with the food. It's probably, you know, why I came back. Well, why more of me came back than a lot more of me came back than left. And if you want good food, yeah, I think Carnival is your best option. You know, I'm just gonna say that outright. Definitely beat Royal. Beat anything I've ever had on Royal, and just edges out Norwegian. The thing about Norwegian is they're consistently good. I think on Norwegian Encore I didn't have anything bad. So, you know, take that. But yeah, oh, the food. Oh my God. Anyway, okay. Well, I got a little bit more to go, and hopefully I can get some steps in before it starts to downpour. Apparently there's a tropical thing coming through. It's probably just gonna be a tropical storm, like off the coast, off the west coast. So probably nothing here, not much in Miami either. So yeah, not too worried. It's not too worried. I mean, it's Florida. Come on, it happens all the time. Almost forgot the burger from Swine Sons. That was really good. Oh my God. It is basically a barbecue burger, and nothing light about it. So if you're expecting a nice, light, carefully crafted, you know, flavors or whatever, no. It's just a barbecue burger. So beautiful, nice and savory, had a great sweet element to it. But another absolute standout, which I thought would be good, but wow, were they good, is those pimento fries. brilliant creation. I don't know that I've ever seen that before. I mean, now that I have had it and it's so good, it's kind of obvious. I'm a little surprised I haven't seen this in more places, but Burger Week is starting off fantastically. I thoroughly enjoyed that, so I'm going to have to make another selection. They're all over the place. And go give them a try. Actually, the closest one down in Haines City is a food truck, so maybe we'll head there tomorrow. It's only open on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday before SeaWorld. I don't know, but yes, definitely Swine Sons. The burger is spectacular. Go get it, which means everything else they have is probably just as good. So I'd love to put it on the list to return, but there's so many other good things. Oh, God, choices! We are at Universal. There's Volcano Bay. From cruise ship to theme park. Yeah, hashtag Florida life. So, Princess, I guess that's it for our Burger and Mardi Gras adventure. And it was an amazing trip on a beautiful ship. But as beautiful as she is, 7 days is not enough. So all I can think about is all of the things I missed, all of the things I wanted to do again, and all of the food I didn't get to try. But, well, yeah, that is why I am thankful for my problems.